What's up, y'all? This is your girl Q1, and I am back with All the Queen's Men, Season 4, Episode 4, back in the game. Y'all, before I start, can y'all please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell button so you can be updated on all the videos I drop. Let's go. So y'all, we back in the episode. They done took Madam down to the police station, and y'all, she's actually taking these beautiful mug shots. I can't call them that because she looked good. So y'all, Detective Davis is really flexing, and y'all, the police is really handling Madam, like, you know, being real rough with her. And Detective Davis is talking cash money ish. So Madam Attorney shows up, and they gave the papers to Detective Davis because Madam made bail. So Madam told Detective Davis, hold your breath because it smell like shit. And Doc's blankety blank. She said, because that's what I heard you like eating. I was like, okay, or whatever. And just like that, Madam is out. Madam is out. But is she though? Because later on in the episode we'll get there, but is she though? Okay. So we come back. Midnight walks in on Doc, and Doc is really startled. He's acting real nervous. He got the shirt back, but he needs to figure out what he's gonna do with the shirt, like how he's gonna destroy the shirt. So y'all, Trouble walks in the dressing room, and Rayshawn is sitting there being goofy as ever. Trouble is aggravated at this point. You know, he mad because y'all know in the last episode he had to unalive Champ. And so Rayshawn is asking him questions, and Trouble just got a straight stank attitude. So in the next episode, we see DA Roz in the courtroom, and Tandy walks in because Roz called her there, and she is still asking Tandy to be on her team once Tandy makes mayor. She wants Tandy to be in her back pocket, but also Madam. But it's okay if you do it as the DA, but it's not okay for Madam to do it. But you know, hey, I get it. But it's corrupt meets corrupt. Anyway, I feel like Tandy is playing both sides, as she always do, because she's a sneaky you know what. So we get back to Madam's office. She asks Blue and Tommy to be careful because Detective Davis has eyes on her. She want whatever they do, she want them to be extra careful. So then she tells Tommy to let Smoke in. And so she compliments Smoke on the delivery truck deal, on what he did as when he stole Concierge's package and, you know, unalived his men. So Madam phone rings. She tells Smoke, I'll call you when I need you. I need to take this call. And it was, of course, it was Concierge on the other call looking for his shipment. And of course, you know, Madam ain't gonna give him the shipment. So at this point, it's war. Like, everything is on site. I was thinking though, I was really thinking, who's not gonna make it at the end of this season? Because I feel like somebody's not gonna make it at the end of this season, and anybody can be a casualty as it relates to Concierge, because he really don't care about any of Madam's people. So then we get to Fuego's house. Madam shows up to give him the information he was asking about Sandra so the family could get closure. She gives him the addresses on there, the details of everything, and she tells Fuego, make it look like you've never been there so they won't point it back to you, so it won't trace back to her or whatever. So in the next scene, we see Tandy sitting on a couch with Face. Face is watching, must be a DIY show. And then she flips the channel and sees that the poll, they're discussing the poll. So she tells him to turn it on there that it was important to her and yada yada yada. And so he turns it on there after being an a-hole. But then we saw a moment where I actually thought that he liked her. But then I was like, no, you tripping. He just wants some hate. That's all. Face gonna be face. He's going to be a using prick. He's a user. He's conniving. And he's a prick. But he is just like Sister Tandy. They are one and the same. They are two sides of the same coin. Anyway, Fuego is looking at the documents that Madam gave to him as it relates to Sandra and where she's located. So Fuego actually calls the police as an anonymous caller to let them know that they found that a body was found. And so we get back to the club, y'all, and then there's a woman that comes in. A particular woman, don't know her, don't know what her deal is. And so the goofy security, because baby, he is extra goofy, checked her bag and there was a flashlight in there. And so there was a flashlight in there, and so he tells her, hey, you have to go bring this to your car or I need to confiscate this. And so she was like, I'm not walking back to the car. I'm not walking back in my heels to the car to bring this flashlight back. So he was like, well, I need to confiscate it. So he took the flashlight from her. And so she left and went into the club. I don't know. She was just some random woman. And so Blue came over to him and he told Blue what happened. Then he asked Blue if he could keep the flashlight. And Blue was like, you can do whatever you want. Whatever. He was just goofy, and he is not made to be security, not for Madam. Anyway, so Midnight walks into a dressing room, and y'all, I would like to point out that I know I talk about my baby daddy because I love him, but Midnight is that guy. He knows. Listen, every woman needs a Midnight. Not all the time. Let me just say that. Not all the time, but every woman needs a Midnight. That's all I'm gonna say. So we get back in the club, and there is a woman there who wants to know if the dancers can dance outside of the club and that they can get paid. And basically, she wants a dancer to come dance outside the club, but she also wants them to sleep with her. She knows what she wants. So Madam overhears, she's telling Dime this, and Dime was like, hey, you have to talk to Madam. So Madam was like, okay, I hear my name. And so that's when she asked Madam, hey, not only do I want your dancers to come to my house and dance for me, but I want to blankety blank. And so Madam was like, hey, a woman knows what, like a woman who know what they want. So she told the woman to look around and see, who you looking for and what you looking for. Yeah, they'll dance, they'll do something strange for a piece of change, So she sees Amp. And immediately died. She didn't say anything, but it was the look she had on her face, like, you better not. So the woman goes over to Amp and was like, hey, propositioned him, told him, hey, I want you to come dance for me, yada yada yada. And she was like, y'all do VIP? He was like, yes, I can do a VIP. And so she was like, I want more. And he was like, well, I'm sorry, I can't do that. But before he said that, he looked at Dime, and Dime was like, I was waiting on you at the door. So of course he turned her down. She got mad, threw the money at him. She was fussing. She was like, I thought, Madam said this and blankety blank, and she was going off on him. So I thought it was going to cause a disruption, but luckily it did not. So she goes over to Dime, and she was like, I told him what I wanted, and he turned me down like I'm, like I don't look good or something. Then Dime was like, you do. She said, but he got some issues going on. Let me introduce you to somebody else. So then she introduced him to Big D and said they don't call him Big D for nothing. And I was like, girl, Dime, girl. Listen, I hope that what happened with Dime and Big D doesn't come out, especially with Amp. That would just completely, if Amp is in a really good space, I don't know, I just don't want Amp to mess up. Anyway, so we get to my favorite part, and that is the men of Eden on the stage dancing and doing their thug thizzle, okay, and I love it. But we only see on the stage Face, Fuego, and Amp, you know. And so in the next scene, the amateur dude, I forgot his name, but he was in a VIP area, went in one of the closets and stole Face's underwear. And I was like, wait a minute. Now, y'all know last time I already said I don't trust him. It is something about him that I don't trust. So Trouble walks in on him and was like, what are you doing here? What you doing back here? You know, it's just that back and forward. And so Trouble sees that he stole Face's underwear, and he was like, what you doing with that? And so he was like, you gonna steal some nasty, I'm sorry, he, she, you know, Trouble. Everybody know who Trouble is. You just gonna steal some nasty used underwear? And so the dude was like, you have your vices and I have mine. And I was like, but I still don't trust you. I have my third eye on you. I feel like he's working for Tandy or something. I don't know. He could be working for D.A. Rods or Tandy, but he's working for one of them. He's working for somebody. So then Trouble goes to Madam's office and asks her if she can now dance with the VIP since she took care of Champ for her. So Madam was like, you did it so you can stay alive. And so Madam said she was surprised that Trouble went through with it. And Madam was like, you don't come up in here asking me for favors because you started something that you needed to finish. I will tell you when you are ready. Trouble was mad. She was really mad, but you know, of course, she not gonna say nothing. She just walked off and left. So we get outside where they have the two Eden security dudes as well as the goofy security dude that confiscated that flashlight. So he turns the flashlight on. It was a really, really bright light, and before he turned the flashlight on, Blue came out and was like, you know, y'all need to be back in there. So the two dudes finished their cigarette and went in, and the other dude, the goofy one, turned the flashlight on and was like, look how bright the flashlight is. And Blue told him, you need to grow up. And so Blue opened the door. No, I want to say he was behind Blue. Or Blue, I don't know who was in front of who. I totally forgot. But the flashlight blew up. And so Blue hearing kind of went out. And so all she can hear is somebody say, Blue, you okay? At this point, Blue is out of it. She's out of it, and she has actually gone back into, she had PTSD in that moment. You know, because military and all that, she said she hadn't dealt with her stuff, so that PTSD showed up real quick, real fast. So I was like, dang, Blue, you know, I'm sorry, y'all. That was my reaction when she was out of it. And so, unfortunately, security blew up into pieces. So when Blue kind of came to, she was like, okay, she was really trying to keep herself together. And so Blue kept saying, I'm okay. Madam was like, no, you're not. And so she was like, I'm okay. I'm just going to go look the security cameras and see who did this. find out who he took the flashlight from. So y'all, in the next scene, the dudes, y'all know they cash out. They give Dime their money. And let me say this. I love Dime's relationship with Face, Midnight, and what's his name? My baby daddy. Bolo. His name not Bolo. Oh. Y'all, I forgot his name on that. And y'all, his name it's really not Bolo. Doc. I don't know why I forgot that. Doc. I like her relationship with them three because nothing has happened. They have always been strictly platonic. So I like that. So Amp comes out, and Amp is asking Dime to go out on a date. Ask her what she was doing. She said, I'm just going to be chilling. He was like, oh, you can come over. And so Dime agrees to go over to Amp house and then stay till the next morning and just hang out until they have to go to work. So here come Big D around the corner with this pouting and was like, oh, that's what we doing? I thought we was cool. And so I thought we was friends. So Don was like, no, we just cool. And so he was sad. He was really sad. He was like, he was just really sad because I know he wants more from Dime, but the truth of the matter is Dime doesn't want anything with him. So anyway, the next morning, Amp and Dime are eating breakfast, and he rushed out. And Dime was like, well, where you going? You can't just rush out. You just rushing. You're not telling me nothing. We supposed to be hanging out. I hope, it's not somebody else. And he was like, it is, but her name is AA. And she was like, oh. And so he said that he going to AA meeting, which was like an hour, and then he's going to come back. So in the next scene, we get to my baby daddy Doc's house. And so he have a bowl, got the fire going, have the fire going so he can burn the shirt. Doc takes the shirt out that was stolen from the evidence room, realizes that that's not the shirt. I would like to say, when Detective Davis saw that girl, Lola, that night, I am willing to bet Detective Davis swapped out that shirt. She sensed something was up and she swapped that damn shirt out. Anyway, we get back to Fuego's house where Sandra's father stops over and talks to him about the body being found. He tells Fuego that they cannot have an open casket just because of what they did to her. And he was like, what did they do? He said he didn't want to say, but the coroner told the father, it's so bad, so don't read the autopsy report. But we are glad that she's found. Like, that's the one thing they always wanted. They wanted her to be found. And so now the family has closure. And also I feel like Fuego has closure. Even though he has more closure because of the family, but he has closure for himself. So in the next scene, concierge pulls up to the gala and security tells him he cannot get in. It was an order saying that concierge cannot get in, and y'all know that's the kind of, he's always moving around in those type of spaces, So I don't know what happened. I don't know. I think with everything that happened with I want to say maybe with his wife, his father-in-law, I don't know, madam, it just all, it's falling apart on him. So we back at Amp's house where Dime is actually waiting on Amp, and she has the place with candles lit, flowers, and she actually tells him that she's proud of him of his recovery. And Dime tells Amp that she wanted to be his girlfriend again. And y'all know what happened after that. They make nice. In the next scene, Madam in Blue has the girl who and her name is Angela, who brought in that flashlight. So they have her head on that thing that kind of presses your brain, y'all. And so every time she's not saying no, she's screaming and she crying, and she was like, ma'am, I just need to know who did this. And she was like, I needed the money, my baby's sick. And madam she don't care. She wants to know who blew up her club. She finds out it was concierge. Baby, Blue rolled that thing and all her brains was splattered. I said, my Lord. I don't never want to be in anybody's spaces like that. So Madam tells Blue was like, well, what are we gonna do about concierge? Madam says she's gonna push a domino that will have his stuff burning down. So of course, as I stated prior, this means war. So y'all, Amp gets a knock on the door. Dime gets up and answers it. It's a woman at the door. So Dime was like, who the you? And Amp gets up looking crazy, and so he was like, that's my mama. So we finally see Amp's mama. So I want to say that is the third sister. That is Madam and that old trifling sister of hers, I guess, or maybe I don't know how Amp is related. I know that Amp is Madam's nephew. So I want to say that is another sister that's coming in. And y'all, this is where the episode ends. This is intense, but we on a roll. It's a good season. Let me apologize, y'all, for not coming to y'all sooner with the review on Thursday. But I'm back. I'll have next week. I'll have it up on Thursday. Also, before I go, I am getting ready to watch Bell Collective, and I will post that up tonight, so y'all look for that. I have some other things I really want to do in my YouTube channel, so I'll be letting y'all know as I go. I really want to grow this, so I really do want to say thank y'all for watching me, viewing me. Please make sure y'all like it, comment, subscribe, share it, please, so my algorithm can algorithm. Okay, I really need my numbers to go up. I appreciate all of my subscribers, new. I'm still learning the whole process, so I ask that y'all work with me, and we gonna do this whole thing, and that is it. Other than that, I will see y'all in the next video. Actually, in the Bell Collective video, I will drop that once after, like an hour or so. So look for that too. Y'all have a good one.